Today, we will be discussing one of the most significant legal battles in recent history, Taylor Swift's sexual assault trial in 2017. This trial not only captivated the public's attention, but also became a pivotal moment in the fight against sexual harassment and assault. In this video, we will delve into the details of the case, examining the allegations made by Taylor Swift against former radio DJ David Mueller, and the subsequent legal proceedings that unfolded in the United States District Court for the District of Colorado. We will explore the key evidence presented during the trial, the testimonies of witnesses, and the ultimate verdict that held Mueller liable for assault and battery. Join us as we unravel the complexities surrounding this case and the wider conversation it sparked about victim empowerment and the importance of speaking out against sexual misconduct. Before we go further, please give the video a like. That really helps with the algorithm. I apologize for putting this in the middle of the video, but the channel has stopped growing recently. In 2017, David Mueller, a former radio DJ, sued Taylor Swift for defamation, claiming that she had falsely accused him of groping her at a 2013 meet-and-greet event and caused him to lose his job. The case took place in United States District Court for the District of Colorado in 2017. Swift then countersued Mueller for assault and battery, seeking a symbolic $1 in damages. The trial received significant media attention and was seen as a symbol of empowerment for victims of sexual assault. David Mueller was born in 1961. He has worked in the radio industry for 20 years, co-hosting various country music shows in different cities. He started his career in Minneapolis, where he worked for KEY-FM as Dave the Rave. He then moved to Columbus, where he worked for WCOL-FM as Dave the Duke. He later relocated to San Diego, where he worked for KSON-FM as Jackson. In 2012, he joined KYGO-FM in Denver, where he co-hosted the Rhino and Jackson show as Jackson. He was known for his humorous and friendly personality on air and his passion for country music. Mueller was also involved in some charitable activities and events. He participated in the St. Jude Radiothon, which raised money for children with cancer. He also hosted a benefit concert for the victims of the Aurora Theater shooting in 2012, featuring country stars like Lee Brice and Justin Moore. He was also an avid sports fan and enjoyed playing golf and hockey. Mueller was married to Paula Mueller, a former radio personality herself, from 1996 to 2011. They divorced amicably and remained friends. The incident that sparked the lawsuit occurred on June 2, 2013, when Swift was on her third concert tour and attended a pre-show meet-and-greet organized by KYGO Radio at the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. Numerous fans and station employees were present at the event, where guests were invited to meet with Swift and take photos with her. Mueller, who was a radio host at KYGO at the time, attended the event with his then-girlfriend Shannon Melcher, who was also an employee of the station. Swift alleged that during the photo session, Mueller reached under her skirt and grabbed her butt. She reported the incident to her mother, tour manager, photographer, and security team immediately after Mueller and Melcher left the room. Swift's security team confronted Mueller backstage and accused him of touching her inappropriately, which resulted in him being escorted from the concert. The incident was also reported to KYGO Radio, and Mueller was fired shortly after they conducted their own investigation. In September 2015, Mueller filed a lawsuit against Swift, her mother Andrea Swift, and her radio liaison Frank Bell, alleging that they had defamed him by falsely accusing him of groping Swift and interfering with his contract and prospective business relations with KYGO. He sought $3 million in damages, claiming that he had never touched Swift under her skirt and that his public image had been tarnished and his career ruined by the false allegations. He also claimed that he had been unjustifiably banned from any of Swift's future concerts. His lawsuit stated, "The contention that Mr. Mueller lifted up Miss Swift's skirt and grabbed her bottom while standing with his girlfriend in front of Miss Swift's photographer and Miss Swift's highly trained security personnel during a company-sponsored VIP backstage meet and greet is nonsense. particularly given that Miss Swift's skirt is in place and is not being lifted by Mr. Mueller's hand in the photograph. In October 2015, Swift filed a counterclaim against Mueller for assault and battery, seeking a symbolic $1 in damages. She stated that she was not seeking any monetary compensation from Mueller, but rather wanted to serve as an example to other women who may resist publicly reliving similar outrageous and humiliating acts. She also stated that any money she might receive from the lawsuit would be donated to charitable organizations dedicated to protecting women from sexual assault. Her counterclaim stated, "Miss Swift knows exactly who committed the assault. It was Mueller, and she is not confused in the slightest about whether her long-term business acquaintance, Mr. Jackson, Mueller's boss, was the culprit." The trial began on August 7, 2017, with both Mueller and Swift appearing in court. The trial lasted 1 week and involved testimonies from several witnesses, including Mueller, Melcher, Andrea Swift, Bell, Dent, Swift's former bodyguard, Baldridge, Swift's attorney, Call, KYGO's program director, Haskell, KYGO's general manager, Little, Mueller's attorney, Simbeck, Swift's photographer, and Swift herself. The key piece of evidence presented at the trial was a photo of Swift posing with Mueller and Melcher at the meet-and-greet event, which showed Mueller's hand behind Swift's backside. The photo was leaked to TMZ before the trial and was widely circulated online. On August 11, 2017, Judge William Martinez dismissed Mueller's claims against Swift herself, ruling that there was insufficient evidence to prove that she had personally caused him to be fired from KYGO or interfered with his contract or prospective business relations. He also ruled that Andrea Swift and Bell could still be held liable for those claims if the jury found them responsible. On August 14, 2017, the jury delivered their verdict after less than 4 hours of deliberation. They unanimously rejected Mueller's claims against Andrea Swift and Bell and found them not liable for defamation or interference with contract or prospective business relations. They also unanimously found Mueller liable for assault and battery against Swift and awarded her $1 in damages as she had requested. Following the verdict, Swift released a statement thanking the judge and jury for their service and expressing her gratitude to her legal team and anyone who had supported her throughout the trial. She also reiterated her intention to donate to organizations that help sexual assault victims defend themselves and encouraged other victims to speak out. She said, "I acknowledge the privilege that I benefit from in life, in society, and in my ability to shoulder the enormous cost of defending myself in a trial like this. My hope is to help those whose voices should also be heard. Therefore, I will be making donations in the near future to multiple organizations that help sexual assault victims defend themselves." After the trial, Mueller maintained his innocence and said that he was considering appealing the verdict. He also said that he had passed a polygraph test and that he had evidence that Swift's team had tampered with the photo that showed his hand behind Swift's backside. He claimed that he had only touched Swift's ribs and that he was a victim of mistaken identity. He said that Swift had ruined his life and that he was struggling to find work and pay his bills. In January 2018, Mueller was hired as a co-host for the morning show Jackson and John Bob on KIX 92.7 in Greenwood, Mississippi, under the name Stonewall Jackson. His new boss, Larry Fuss, defended his hire, saying he believed Mueller's protestations of innocence and that he was giving him a second chance. The hiring sparked a backlash from some listeners and social media users who expressed their support for Swift and their outrage at Mueller. In July 2018, Mueller gave an interview to Radar Online, in which he said that he still wanted to clear his name and that he was willing to take another polygraph test. He also said that he had not paid Swift the $1 yet and that he wanted to send her a commemorative coin as a final jab at her. The trial was widely covered by the media and generated a lot of public interest and discussion. Many celebrities, fans, and activists expressed their support for Swift and praised her for standing up for herself and other victims of sexual assault. Some also criticized Mueller for his actions and his lawsuit, calling him a liar, a predator, and a misogynist. The trial was seen as a symbol of empowerment for women who face sexual harassment and violence in their lives, and as a challenge to the culture of victim blaming and silence that often surrounds such issues. Do you think that this was a case of misunderstanding, or was Mueller really trying to cop a feel when he shouldn't have? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say. Till next time. Signing off. This has been Christina.